Hi to everyone. Today I wanted to say a little bit about writing a new part to a tune. So I wanted to share with you a part that I had written some years ago for a tune called The Geese in the Bog. For you who play a lot, this is a well-known tune, jig. And so the jig itself goes. Yeah, it's just a great little tune. I have to have known that since I was a little kid. And I was looking around at YouTubes and all yesterday and today, and I did see the Geese in the Bog out there a few times, and it's being taught. And you can find those too. They're out there. So it's a great tune. So some years ago, in fact, I was doing an album with Daithi Sproule, and I had a new tune, and I was naming it Lacey's Jig. Of course, I'm married to a Lacey, Charles Lacey, and Green Linnet at that time was the album we recorded it on, Daithi Sproule and myself. And they got the name wrong and they put down Lacey's Sig. And they didn't spell it C-I-G like a cigarette, they spell it S-I-G, which I think has probably confused people for a good while since. But it's really supposed to have been Lacey's Jig. And then the other thing that they got wrong was in the description of the tune, I had written that it was a tune for Charles. And instead, they made it part of the title of the track so that you're seeing Lacey's Sig, then a dash, a tune for Charles, and then dash, and then the Geese in the Bog. But there you go. You have the real truth now. And I really enjoyed the first tune, and I really was doing some things to the Geese in the Bog, and so I really wanted to record it. And yet that switch from the first jig to the second jig, I didn't think was a very good switch. And so I'm going to play a little bit of Lacey's Jig for you. I'll play the first part twice and the second part twice. Now the Geese in the Bog begins. And the thinking here was, well, that's not a great switch. And what could I do to improve that? And what ended up happening was really a part that, you could consider it part of the tune. It's a new first part to the Geese in the Bog, but really what this was all about was being an introduction, really. It's like a good switch from the first tune, an intro melody to the Geese in the Bog. But without further ado, I'll play how it goes. And that would get played twice. And So if I come to the end of the first tune, Lacey's Jig, remember which is going. And the second part. And then this is the second part the second time. And then the switch. Then the first part of the real tune. So it's a bold thing to do, maybe, to have created a new first part, but there was a purpose, and I actually really liked going into, well, let's see what key that is. So it's like an A minor switch from the G first tune, and so yeah, it just gave it this brightness. Of course, Daithi plays great on it, and so yeah, imagine you can actually make up a new part to a tune. So there's a couple of variations during the Geese in the Bog that I just wanted to show you, because yeah, sometimes you just have a little tool, and maybe this can find its way into another tune. I was also looking at some really nice little videos, people teaching and all, and I think in that bluegrass world, there tends to be these chances to learn licks, like a little way of moving that you can take from one tune to another tune to another tune, and not so easily done in Irish tunes, right? I'm not sure that we would call them licks, but I know that sometimes I can steal something from another type of music, like bluegrass, and I can find one of those little licks, as it were, and then I can try them in a Irish tune, one of my tunes, or just any tune. So usually, again, I think Irish tunes, we're kind of all about a melody, and while we can vary the melody, it's not really about riffing on a chord structure. So yeah, it's pretty, you almost have to think, you spend a lifetime creating and recreating the tunes that you know. So let me go to the real first part of the Geese in the Bog. So at one point, if you listen to that track, this little variation happens. Sounds nice and simple. There's a little bit of bopping around on the fiddle. So let me take you through that variation, and I have one other one that I'd love to do today, which is really the ending of the tune. But this one, you're starting on the B, first finger on the A. Now remember, the tune usually goes. So I'm going to go. So it's start with the B, second, E, and then go down to the C. So first finger, second, first, down to the third finger. And the next thing that's going to happen is you're going to go. So it's C, second finger on the A, first finger on the D, There's 2 notes there, and go down to a B, which is the 2nd finger on the G. Now if I play each one of those a couple of times, that first part is and the next thing is so back to back. Now that's heading us towards this little melody next. I'll just play that speed again. So start with your B again. C, first finger on the D, down to the 3rd finger on the G, back to the 1st finger on the D, back to the 2nd finger on the G string, and then to the 1st. So that phrase again is we can do that again. And once more. So all of that together is you could try that with me a couple of times. And it tucks itself in the tune, kind of like this. Let's say I'm playing the first part, and I'm maybe not going to do that so early. I'm going to save it. So maybe the second time I do the A part. So I just kind of tucked it in there. I played the first part once, and then I threw that in. And, you know, this is all about, and I know I use the word fun a lot, but this is really about fun. You can be there and you're playing a tune like the Geese in the Bog, and it's just so open to having different notes happen. And then if you fall into something and you kind of go, that's pretty good, and you have a chance to record something or play it with somebody else where they know you're going to do it, it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of joy to just break up a tune. And again, the Geese in the Bog, with your fiddle, you know, you just start in. So if I would take the first part and I'm in my house and I'm pretending you're not watching, I might do a lot of stuff. rubbish in there, but when I'm really thinking and I come up with a nice little variation, then I can be very happy with it, and that's the one that I was passing on to you there. So the last thing for today is the ending of the Geese in the Bog on that recording, and I'm coming along. And of course it could end there, and it often does. If I'm out at a session, I definitely would just finish maybe with something like those notes. On the recording, again, it's a chance to think and maybe just pick the best of what you might think of, and just to pass it along to you, in case doing this with your fingers would be fun. It ended this way. So some of you will nab onto that really, really easily. For anybody who would like this slowed down, I can show you that I'm going, and it's not often I use my fourth finger, but it helps me right here to go. Instead of, sorry. Yeah, don't know why I'm doing the fourth finger, but it helped me, maybe because I was going pretty fast. So it's kind of fun to do that. And you would start with the C, second finger on your A string, to fourth, to open A. So that again is second, fourth, and then the next phrase is first to third, oh sorry, first to fourth, to third. Okay, so second to fourth, which is an E, to open A, and then first finger, back to that E, to G, and then to finish, so you start with the E, first finger on the D, A, to first finger, and you can, play each of those little phrases a couple of times if you like. Of course, I always like those double stops, so it really could actually have a bit of the first finger riding over to the D string, so that you'll have. Not sure what kind of bowing I'm doing there. There's a little slur there. And again, you can practice with speed, and if it gets unwieldy, back yourself up and try it a little bit slower, but you can go. Right, so the entire tune, I think I'll play that just so you can finish with that. So here's the entire Geese in the Bog with that new first part, which was from 1988.